Our broadcast today, as it always is brought.
Gets the troops right to the line, and on the first down throw, goes down the middle, and it's a touchdown for Ryland Rodolunas. 13-0 lead on the board in the first quarter. Jackson again looking for fish, and this time the pass is on the money. St. John's prep. Wow. This one's good! And intercepted by Anthony Caruso. Whoa. And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Four-man rush. Throws across the body. Looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. And look out. Inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Exeter. Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off in the flat. It's Lynch. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good! Got a first down and then some. He's got a burst to the right side. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. It's the Bolin. Great cut. He's going to turn on the Jets. Morrison again through the hole. Look out. On his first carry tonight, the junior Brooks Connors is gone. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Manchester. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. It's the St. Thomas Saints against the Trinity Pioneers, two teams in D2, fighting for playoff positioning as we head down the stretch in the regular season. Two very good teams, a pair of one-loss teams, battling out here on an overcast Saturday afternoon. A little bit of wind here. Also senior day, as the 12 seniors for Trinity were honored before the game. And it's also the first game in 2 weeks for Trinity. Their scheduled matchup last week against Merrimack Valley was postponed and rescheduled to later in the month. So the Pioneers at 3-1, playing game number 5 here in week number 6 for St. Thomas under head coach Scott Bray. They are 4-1. They fell in the season opener against defending champion Sauhegan by a lopsided margin, 47-14. But since then, Steve, they've rattled off 4 straight wins, and over that stretch have outscored opponents 171-25. Combined over the last 4 games.
Well, I got to tell you, this Division II has completely changed over the last 2 years, Nick, completely. And right now, you've got arguably 6 teams that are in the mix, and where before you kind of could pick the winner about a third of the way through the year. So things have changed in Division II, much more competitive, and this one here is one we've had on the list for a while now. This venue is something else. The soundtrack before this game got me so cranked up. I went down and asked both teams if I could strap up. They said I'm too old, go back to broadcasting with Nick. So that didn't work out, but I am still amped for this game, Nick. A lot of folks in the past have talked to me about hoping someday this winds up as a Thanksgiving game, kind of like. But I don't know if that'll happen or not. But these two programs, really have an opportunity here to make a statement of where they fit in the scheme of things. I expect a pretty good game today.
Yeah, a lot of firepower.
Both
ways, some impressive final scores. We ran over St. Thomas a moment ago, but Trinity as well, winning 3 of their first 4. And in big fashion as well, those 3 victories over Hanover, Kingswood, and Pembroke their last time out, 46-6 over the Spartans in that one. Well, we were talking a bit, some of the St. Thomas fans who made the drive from Dover, committed trip here to the Queen City, and they said they felt like their team was kind of being slept on a bit, ignored a little bit.
They may be.
Maybe overlooked in the Division II landscape. But, again, when you break it down, it's an impressive 4-1, and I don't think either one of us would be surprised if they came away with a victory today.
Not at all. I think we're going to find out here really quick. I mean, these two teams have kind of had their own individual course of their winning ways, and, of course, Trinity going up to Plymouth there, and very difficult to play. Other than that, Nick, they've pretty much taken care of business across the board. If you look at the St. Thomas record, you kind of see the same thing. I mean, they lost to Souhegan,
right.
And then after, they take on Pembroke, Merrimack Valley, Bow, and Kennett, and they just roll them completely. So you don't beat these other teams by these kind of margins if you're St. Thomas and not be a good football team. One guy I've been hearing a lot about is number 7 on St. Thomas, Kenny Avery, a senior running back, and they say he trucks people. You're not going to believe. You're going to look at him and you say, that guy, he looks rugged, but he's not big, but he brings a load. Speaking of that, Nick, what a game. Check out our game from last night. What a honey of a game that was. Winnicott playing home to against Memorial. What a war from beginning to end. Check it out on our YouTube channel on FNLNH Media.
Yeah.
Hope we're going to have another one of those today.
Yeah, that came down literally to the final seconds.
Yes, it did.
And as you mentioned, it's up on our YouTube channel, FNLNH Media. All right, there is the home team getting set to make their introduction on this turf field here in Manchester. As we mentioned, senior night, 12 seniors honored amongst friends and family before the game in front of this growing crowd. And it's a big crowd here on a Saturday afternoon. Plenty of students, most of them dressed in red, and quite a few cardboard cutouts, as well as balloons. And they had the grill fired up earlier. It's a festive Saturday afternoon here in Manchester. So we are awaiting the Pioneers. And, Steve, as you mentioned, we saw them in week number 3.
Yes.
Took their lone loss at Plymouth, but certainly flashed at times in that loss. And, well, we know that they have plenty of skill players, plenty of weight up front, and defensively, guys who can make some tackles as well. Very fundamentally oriented under head coach Rob Cathcart.
I don't necessarily think it was Trinity playing as bad as it was Plymouth just on fire.
Right.
I mean, they were just getting through the line of scrimmage. I think if Coach had another opportunity in that game, he would have passed the ball probably more, because they were making some good connections there later in the game and kind of held things a little bit. But they can do both. Coach Cathcart can pass the ball and run the ball with his football team. Be interesting to see how that develops here. One of the things that really impressed me. DeRepo played well. Connor Bishop played out of his shoes. Unbelievable up there. Showed the sort of athlete and the incredible talent that he has. And, of course, steady. All his service as a quarterback, just does a great job. His former brother was a left-handed quarterback a couple of years ago. Ollie comes in and takes the helm. And I was very impressed with him. Good head on his shoulders. Knows when not to do something, knows when to tuck it and run. Smart player.
All that being said, Steve, what do we watch for? Give us some keys this afternoon.
I think we watch how successful the running game is, number one, with Trinity, Nick. I think that's going to be important if they can establish the run. My guess is if there's a stout St. Thomas defense and Coach Cathcart doesn't get any one, you're going to see him go to the pass very quickly on this fast turf. Second thing, I don't really know St. Thomas that well. This is our first opportunity to be able to see them. And so give me a quarter to take a look at them, and I'll kind of give you an idea what I think there. But with a 4-1 record and the teams that they beat by the margins they beat, I'm even more intrigued because those are big numbers offensively that they put up. So the only other thing I would say, Nick, is what you saw last night with the kicking game and special teams with Winnicott. It's just becoming so much more prevalent when you get parity in the league that those are the two areas where whoever performs better in the kicking game as well. I've never seen a year, Nick, that since we've been doing this where the kicking games have been improved to the level they are this year. We've talked about it all last year. But when you get a close game, special teams and kicking game is key. Penalties, we saw that last night.
Yeah.
You could argue, if you're a Memorial fan, that the penalties arguably could have cost them the game in that situation, and I don't think anybody could argue with that. Same situation. You got to play clean football when you're playing a solid opponent.
64 degrees as we approach game time here. A bit of a breeze, about 10 miles an hour. And again, an overcast sky. Folks continuing to file in. Most of the bleachers are full at this point, at least along the near sideline.
Good crowd.
And again, there is a big standing student section cheering on Trinity, dressed in right. Our referee is Sean Bean. We saw Sean last night on the Seacoast. He was the official in charge of refereeing the Memorial at Winnicott game. And we see him again less than 24 hours later here in the Queen City. All right, coin toss in the books. When we come back, national anthem, and then game time at the top of the hour. 2 one-loss teams colliding here in Division II. St. Thomas at Trinity coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
You by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Back here in Manchester, getting set for things to kick off here at Trinity. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, Pioneers and Saints here. St. Thomas at Trinity in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. St. Thomas on the road, set to receive the football, looking for their 5th straight win, trying to separate themselves in a crowded Division II landscape here in week number 6. We've got a squib kick to get things going. After 2 bounces, it's fielded at the 10-yard line up over the 20. Goes the return man where he stopped at the 25. Kenny Avery is the senior, one of the players to watch today. Small roster for head coach Scott Bray to work with. Only 26 players on the varsity team for St. Thomas. Only 7 of those are seniors. But, Steve, they've gotten contributions up and down the roster really all season.
Yeah, they play both sides. When you look at this record here, it doesn't look like there's been too much depth problems. So these guys are probably in phenomenal shape. You're going to have to be with the kind of numbers they're working with there. So let's see how this offensive line fires off the ball.
The quarterback is sophomore Anthony Suprini. Hands off on 1st and 10, and it's a good run over the left guard.
Yep.
There's Kenny Avery setting the tone here on the opening drive with a 9-yard rip to set up 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, let's take a look at this when you break through the line here. Let's see who. Yeah, good work there.
Tackle by Malith, the junior.
It was hard to see the numbers there, but good blocking. A nice job finding the green space through the hole.
2nd down and 1. Playbook wide open. 2 receivers. Strong side right. Handoff. They'll stay with Avery. Stretch run outside. Has the 1st down and steps out of bounds at about the 41-yard line after a pickup of 6. So the Saints ground game making an imprint early.
Well,
as they lean on Avery yet again.
His kind of runners I like. Look at the forward lean in this young man. He comes through. He sweeps. He moves side to side very effectively and works it up. He works the ball up the field quickly, Nick.
Dominic Detone shoved him out of bounds.
Does not look like an easy guy to bring down.
Not at all. Extra man on the line here for Trinity. 5 down linemen on 1st and 10. Cimprini going to scan, going to put the fullback in motion, take the snap. Hand off right side, and again it's Avery. This time the hole slapped shut. Connor Bishop there to make the stop after just a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Another nice blocking up front there on the right side. Let's take a look at it.
2nd down, 6.
Here we go. Nice job getting the fullback into the fray.
Give him a pretty good spot there.
Yeah,
it's actually a gain of closer to 4.
Yep, good up front blocking there.
So 2nd down and 6 officially. Coach Bray seems like he's in communication with the quarterback, Cimprini. Giving the play directly from the sideline. Here's a toss. Avery, his 4th carry already, and this
nice
one
tackled
for no gain.
88.
That's James Leonard on the edge for Trinity. Read that one well, and it's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, did a nice job. Fired through the hole, saw the movement going to the left, and watch his pursuit right here. Breaks through, straddles him, stays square. By staying square, he's still in the position where he can continue to scrape down the line. And watch him scissor. Look at that nice lateral movement. Boy, that looked good. Nice tackle by James Leonard.
3rd down coming up.
Big
First down stick
yeah.
is at midfield. Cimprini's in the gun for the first time. The sophomore going to throw to his right. He's got Avery in the flat, but down he goes. Again, no gain as Bishop is there to get him around the waist, and the Trinity defense comes up with a win.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's much that Connor Bishop can't do, Nick. No matter where he is, defense, offense, he's in. He's a very emotional player, and when he starts making plays like that, he gets dangerous. So that's just a great job by Trinity, beginning to make some adjustments from upstairs on the offense. They're going to have to get, St. Thomas is going to have to get a little bit more than Kenny Avery involved in this game. But, boy, Kenny Avery looked good. Got to mix it up just a little bit.
Back deep is Davey DiRepo. Punt is a squibbler. DiRepo fields it on the run, jumps across the 35, breaks out at the 40, is at midfield. Foot race down the sideline. At the 30, cuts it up the middle. And now one man to beat, and Davey DiRepo is going to go the distance. Touchdown, Trinity. A special team score is going to open things up for the home team. Just over 3 minutes gone by. It's 6-0.
One of the things, Nick, we talked about in the Plymouth, Davey, was kind of going side to side. Nothing there. That was DiRepo at his best right there. Chooses a lane, fires up through the hole, and then continues to go north-south, but makes some nice jukes on players in the open field there. That's the Davey DiRepo we saw towards the end of the game in Plymouth. Started off a little slow, but not today.
A 65-yard punt return for a touchdown by the senior Davey DiRepo was honored before the game. Meanwhile, a bad snap on the extra point try. Service scrambling, throws off the back foot, and it's dropped in the end zone. Incomplete. Mason Fay, the freshman tight end, was open.
He'd like to have that back.
Could not hang on.
Yeah.
So it stays 6-0 Pioneers after the bad snap, but nonetheless, a special teams touchdown. Always fun to see.
Yes, it is, but they really wanted those 2 points right there. That would have been really big. He knows it. He feels it. He gets it. What happened was I almost think he didn't believe that the the fire drill was going to get it to him, and you got to give him a lot of credit rolling out like that, waiting for it to develop, put it right in his hands and dropped it. But he'll learn from that.
Nonetheless,
he'll go out and try to make a play now.
The home crowd fired up after the 65-yard touchdown return by DiReppo.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, two teams with one loss in Division II. Trinity at 3-1, St. Thomas at 4-1. Saints have won 4 in a row. Trinity playing their first game in 2 weeks.
Won decisively, too, in these matchups.
Yeah.
So looking to see, Avery looks solid, Nick, but you can't run somebody. That may have just been testing to see how the line block. Let's see what the coach does this time on the offensive set.
Meanwhile, the return man, Kenny Avery, lets this one bounce out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So St. Thomas getting set for drive number 2. The offense able to move the football, pick up a first down, but that opening drive sputtered out around midfield.
Yep.
And we've seen a healthy dose of senior running back Kenny Avery.
What I've seen so far with the offensive line is St. Thomas look pretty solid there. They're opening up some holes. Let's see what that middle passing game looks like if Coach Bray begins to use his quarterback to target some of these receivers. Backfield, you could use Avery out of the passing formation as a kind of a flare pattern out there. Get him in some open space. We'll see what happens.
Now they're going to run the quarterback on 1st and 10. It's a QB draw, and down he goes.
Nice call.
Waiting for him at the line of scrimmage was Genzel Mateo, the senior defensive lineman.
You're going to see here, that's a real nice job by Wade Mitchell. Opens up the hole after snapping the ball. Not an easy thing to do, but he was able to sustain his block, and the quarterback sees that and keeps it and goes, and that's a nice gain. Anytime you're at 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, that's an offense that's getting it done. See where they go from here.
2nd down and 6, Semprini. Looking, throwing over the middle, and that one incomplete.
Yeah.
Trying to hook up with Braden Sanchez, but 2 defenders in the area. That one falls to the turf, so 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, you said it, Nick. In the area for sure. Should not have thrown that ball, almost intercepted. He was just completely. What you got to do there is read it quickly and then tuck it and run. If you get back to the line of scrimmage, great. If you gain yardage, even greater. If you lose a yard, better than putting it in the hands in your own end. So want to lay off those throws. Let's see if they try to get Bray here to do something besides run it and get him into some open space.
Trinity's going to rush 4 on 3rd down. Semprini throws an interception.
Wow.
Picked off along the far side. It's Tate Zubuza. And Zubuza finally forced out of bounds inside the 20. So we saw a special teams touchdown for Trinity on a 65-yard punt return from Davey DiReppo, and now we see the interception from Tate Zubuza.
Didn't get the memo there, Nick. You've got to lay off these passes when you see coverage like that. So difficult. So many of the great coaches in history have always said when you have a quarterback that knows how to stay out of trouble, that's half the battle of playing the position. And let's see if he's able to pick up on that a little bit. And but he's a good runner, the quarterback. He ought to be running those footballs.
Meanwhile, out of the tee on 1st and 10, it's a left side run, and there's not much there.
Yeah,
making the play for St. Thomas.
Was that 52? I don't know.
Coming in the backfield for a 1-yard gain there.
Are guys growing mid-season and changing uniforms this year, Nick? I don't know what's going on. These rosters aren't up to date.
Well,
we do the best we can with what we got. Wow.
We do know that, as in the case of, what was it, last night or last week?
Yes.
There was a player that came on and made some plays for Wyndham after joining the squad a month in. Meanwhile, this one thrown incomplete as Service had to get rid of it before hitting the turf. Pressure applied there.
Yeah, well covered. Service just threw it over the end zone.
So now a 3rd and 9.
Nice
on the way here for Trinity as the offense tries to move the chains.
Nice. Was that Avery in coverage, Nick? I'm not sure, but whoever was in coverage, look, that was a good job. Had him covered. The defender that I saw, that might have been number 2, Robbie Tebow, because he looked about that height. I wasn't sure. I'm going to see it right here. look at service. He sees it. He knows it's covered. You just throw it way over. That's exactly what he did. Yeah, number 2, Tebow. Nice coverage there.
3rd down and 9. Service going to spread them out. Puts them in motion. It's Durepo. They hand to him on a jet sweep, but that one is snubbed out. Garrett
Big
Dorr.
play.
Well, he read that one well. The senior makes the tackle in the backfield. It's a 5-yard loss, 4th down and 14.
Well, sometimes it just takes a while to get the offense going, but in the meantime, you need your defense to get out there and pick you up, get the ball back, take another run. The defense has responded here for St. Thomas. Let's see what this 4th down?
Yep, 4th and 14.
And they're
Coach
going to go
Cathcart
for it.
Wants to roll the dice here.
Wow. I guess you got not much to lose, right?
First down stick is at the 9-yard line. Service out of the pistol. Takes the snap. Back to throw with time. Goes over the middle, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of senior tight end Cole Bishop, who is usually very sure-handed. Could not reel that one in. 4th down and a turnover on downs.
Yeah,
Bring back the Saints offense.
Connor Bishop usually very astute at catching the ball, Nick. That you don't see that very often. Went right through his hands. Seemed to lose a little bit of focus there on a good pass delivery by Ollie Service.
So a golden opportunity squandered there is after the interception.
Yeah.
Trinity
Yep.
set up shop in the red zone, but come away without any points. It stays 6-0. Now drive number 3 for St. Thomas. They go back to the ground and through the hole with a bit of a burst goes Avery.
Nice gain.
He's over the 30 up to the 32-yard line before he's stopped by Trinity's Easton Valaire.
Again, a good job blocking by that left side. They actually kind of won the push of war there. Had the defenders, watch the defense. They're in close. They've got them wrapped up. Look at that surge coming off the right side, the left side of the line, and that's all Avery needs to get 8 yards.
Meanwhile, 2nd down and 2. Zimbrini back to Avery, hesitates, and then is stopped very close to the first down stick.
He's clearly got it.
Zoe Monsengo, one of the newcomers for Trinity. Steve, you mentioned the fluctuating roster.
Yep.
He was just brought up from the JV team, I believe last week, made the start, and is back out there again with the tackle.
You know, guys grow during the year, and they develop and learn the system, and that's what good competition is.
Here's the fullback on 1st and 10.
I like that call.
And the dive play, not going to get much, maybe 2. Brandon Scowron, the sophomore, with his first carry.
He got more than 2. Got almost 4. Yeah, that's good. Happens when you get through the hole quick. You don't realize it.
2nd and 7. Hard count from Cimprini. Crowded line of scrimmage for Trinity. Handoff right side. Avery breaks a tackle, spins in the hole, and leans his way again close to the marker.
Down.
At the 45, they're going to move the sticks.
You know, Nick, we talked about this before with the spin moves this year. I don't think I've ever seen football running in the state of New Hampshire with so much spin moving, holding on to it for ball security, but really using that technique, and it's serving these running backs very, very well to get yardage for their teams.
Yeah, he broke it.
Sure did.
A couple of tackles there. He forced the safety, Ollie Service, to make the stop. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Again in the hole, making a man miss, is the running back, Avery. He's across midfield down to the Pioneer 49.
Well, let's see the replay here. Watch the nose guard. That's just a great job by Wade Mitchell controlling. That's so hard to do. Snap the ball and then control the side of a big nose guard there. And that's what opened up that hole, and a nice kick-out block by the right guard.
2nd down and 4. And St. Thomas continuing to run the football here on drive number 3, trailing 6-0. This time, not much, as a sea of red really flooding the zone surrounding Avery there. He leans forward, gets maybe a yard.
Well, there's a real battle going on between the center and nose guard right now. That time, nose guard number, I believe it is. I'll get you his number.
I think that's Mateo down there.
Mateo down there, and he and Mitchell are going at it every single play. Obviously, St. Thomas likes to run up the middle and left, so that's going to be key matchups to see who wins those battles. They're kind of trading off right now, both doing well.
The center for St. Thomas is Wade Mitchell,
Whoa.
and his snap goes behind Cimprini, forcing the sophomore to have to fall on that live ball. Big loss there for St. Thomas, and a tough one to swallow on third down. Now 4th and a mile coming up.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there. A lot, like I just was talking about, nose guard and center were going through a battle, Nick. And what happens is that the center knows the cadence, but has got the double job of snapping it as well as making sure you're blocking that big number 76 there.
So another punt. Pioneers send Girepo back deep again. He already ran one back to the house today. Going to field this one in his own 41 and break out to the left.
Choice.
He's back across midfield with running room. Inside the 30, down to the 20, the 10, and into the end zone for a 59-yard touchdown run.
Well,
Davey Girepo putting on a show here. His second taken to the house, and Trinity doubles the lead to 12-0.
One of the keys to the game, Nick, we talked about was special teams play. And oftentimes when neither offense can really bring it home into the end zone for their respective team, it's special teams that come through. Girepo has made 2 excellent choices. First time he saw a lane and he goes right up the gut. Second time he sees the blocking scheme working for him in the center of the field, and he just stutter steps for a split second and then darts to the left side and gets loaded with open space. Literally no containment there for Trinity on the right side. As you look at that move right there. But no containment there. And then he's got Connor Bishop out there as a lead blocker, and then Girepo just flies past. 2 excellent runs and choices by the punt returner.
Pioneers 1-2, leading 12-0. They're going to run a play action service on a rollout right side. Flicks it into the end zone. Diving attempt.
No good.
No good. As
He's
Bishop,
out of bounds. Sorry, Nick.
Bishop unable to find the footing. All right, so the Pioneers with a 12-0 lead. The special teams on full display here in the opening quarter. And a 12-0 lead on the board. St. Thomas in a bit of a hole here on the road. Nearly 10 minutes into the game.
Ooh, wow. While they're doing that, let's take a look at that replay again in slow-mo. I thought his hips came down inbounds. Take a look at this, folks. Just a great job by all these service, waiting for the right time, and Connor Bishop pulling it in. Slow it down if we can. He's got possession, looks inbounds to me. That's a tough call there. But we don't have video replay, so that's going to stand. Yeah, you're going to see it right here. Slow it down if we can. Connor does a great job pulling it in, maintaining possession very quickly. There he receives the ball. He has possession there, right there. And he's in. Looked to me like he was inbounds.
Tough to tell if that knee hit first or the shoulder.
No, the knee was behind. I think his hips came down in bounds, personally. But that's a tough thing. That's a tough play.
Bang, bang play. And as a result, a failed 2-point try. So it stays 12-0. Meanwhile, St. Thomas looking for a big special teams play of their own. There is a penalty marker as Braden Sanchez, the senior, returns it across the 30 if the play stands. But again, the penalty marker is down back at the 25, and this one is holding against St. Thomas.
Yeah. Let's see if we can see it here on the right. Yeah, looked like number 10, I believe, Nick, over the right side. Looked like he was clutching onto the jersey.
First penalty either way. So St. Thomas, again, they've been able to run the football here in this first quarter behind senior tailback Kenny Avery, but, well, 2 drives stalled out, resulted in punts. Those were brought back to the house, and on the third possession, they threw an interception. So trying to complete a drive here as they begin things at their own 15-yard line. They're going to run a screen, and not much. That's Evan Reyes, the junior, rolls up to grab maybe 2 yards up to about the 18-yard line.
Did a good job maintaining control of the football. It kind of got away from him a little bit. That's good concentration right here. Watch him come inside, ball's bobbling, and he stays focused, but certainly looking for more yardage than that, than a yard and a half on that play.
Second down and 8. 2 backs flanking Cimprini in the shotgun. Pioneers are going to rush 4. Handoff, left side run. Pretty good cut from Avery. Up over the 35 to the 36, and that's a first down for St. Thomas.
Pulling a nice block there from Cole Masiello, I believe, who was a left guard, doing a nice job there. He's either left guard or tackle. Yeah, he's a left guard. Nice job blocking by him. One thing that St. Thomas is doing very well right now is they are winning a lot of the surges coming off the line of scrimmage. And it's giving them first downs, but it just things are kind of sputtering once they get to center field. Defense seems to stiffen up.
1st and 10. Semprini out of the gun, handoff, and Avery this time is scissored down at about the 30. Leans forward to grab 2.
Quick quarter.
Dylan Gartside, one of the senior co-captains, in on the stop for Trinity. Yeah, down to a minute to go here in this opening quarter. 2 punt return touchdowns for Trinity's Davey DiRepo, the difference right now.
Absolutely.
With the home team out in front 12-0.
Give credit to the special teams blockers, too. They've done a good job for DiRepo, and DiRepo's done a fantastic job following it and then doing the rest on his own once he gets through.
2nd down and 18. They fake the run. They throw a slant. Sanchez with the grab, and he's got a first down over the 40.
I see a flag, Nick. I don't know what it is. It was almost immediate. I don't know if it was a motion penalty or what it is, but
if it stands, it's a 12-yard gain for Sanchez, but
false start. Yeah, it was before.
This one is coming back. Second penalty against St. Thomas.
Yeah, it was just so quick. It doesn't seem like any holding could develop.
That one doesn't sit well with Coach Bray.
No, it doesn't.
As this football is backed up to the 24-yard line.
When you're away, you need to play mistake-free football with any kind of a competitive game, especially when you're away. When you're home, you can get away with some penalties. It just kind of evens out the advantage. But
that one, a momentum killer, wipes out the first down, and now it's 2nd and 13. Semprini back under center. 5-man front for Trinity. Handoff left side, and again, it's Avery trying to find some space along the boundary, crosses the 30 up to the 34.
He's a valuable runner, Nick. He follows blocks. Look at the way he follows blocks, and that lateral movement just gets him. But yet the whole time he's moving laterally, he's stepping upfield and gaining yardage. He's a high-production runner.
That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Special teams, the name of the game so far. Trinity, 2 punt return touchdowns from Davey DiRepo, leading St. Thomas 12-0. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, 12-0 Trinity is our score as we head to the second quarter here at Manchester. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. St. Thomas coming in here riding a 4-game win streak, but in an early 2-touchdown hole, trying to get the offense to kickstart things here to begin the second quarter. It's a 3rd down and 4. The first down marker is at the 37. They stay with the run game, and Avery is going to be close.
He's close. Really depends on the spot, Nick. It looks like his knee may have down, and he grabbed an extra half a yard. My guess is he's going to be a little short. Nope, they're going to give it to him.
Yep.
That's a very good spot right there. They gave him full ride there.
Yeah.
I thought his knee looked like it was down a little bit earlier, but they're right there.
Well, how about this? 13 touches.
Yeah.
already for the senior Kenny Avery. That was his 12th carry. He's got 1 catch as well. So the officials give him the benefit of the doubt for putting in the work, I suppose. Meanwhile, 1st and 10. They are going to keep it with the quarterback Cimprini on a rollout, but he is met at the edge and dropped right there. Connor Bishop starting to check in here defensively, Steve, his 3rd tackle.
So did Dominic DeTone. They both were right in there, Nick, as you said. And you want to see stand-up tackling, you're going to see it right here. And this is quarterback is no small easy guy to bring down, and that's just great work. Yeah, you're right, Nick. Most of that was done by Connor Bishop coming in a great football position to make that tackle.
Bishop and DeTone have led the way in this first half defensively for Trinity, 3 tackles each unofficially. Meanwhile, DeTone, he's going to play a little nickel corner here, lined up opposite the slot receiver. And on 2nd and 9, it's right back to work for Avery through the hole and up to about the 44-yard line to set up 3rd down. And
give
5.
the offensive line credit, Nick. They're making holes for Avery, but what happens is that the reason it's sputtering out is because it's pretty one-dimensional. There's nobody. They're starting to key in by the time the second first down happens. Then they get their going after their 3rd first down, and they run into trouble because it's just everybody's keying and driving to it. They've got to be able to do some play action, they tried a bubble screen earlier, didn't work, but, I mean, everybody's up here. All 12 guys are within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Another 3rd and 3. Avery, jump cut, 1st down. Over midfield and down to the Trinity 49-yard line, a 4-yard gain when he needed 3.
Just bear in mind, you're going to see here, this is just good tunneling coming through, and watch the blocking up front. Look at that. They double team the nose guard, and then they come down on the other tackle, and that just opened up that space in the 3-hole. And he just tunnels his way through there. Great forward lead runner. I don't know what's running this guy. He's got a battery pack.
Yeah, he had a good breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
That's for sure. He's right back to work here again.
Nice work. Wow.
Fans his way inside the 45 down to the 43 for another 6-yard gain.
Well, let's be honest here. Kenny Avery understands how to run the football. Watch, there's nothing. He reads the outside contain here. Watch. Reads the outside contain. Look at that. Slides in the inside of that block and grabs himself 6 yards for his team.
J.P. Farron with the tackle.
Young man was meant to run in traffic. Offensive line, again, give him credit. They're doing a good job out there.
He has spearheaded the offense for sure. 2nd down and 4. Back to the fullback. This is the sophomore Scouron, and he's repelled after crossing the 45. Down to about the 42-yard line. Ferren is there again for Trinity.
Yeah, I don't really understand the play call, Nick. You're running Kenny Avery through the middle, inside the tackles for however many plays here. And then you run a fullback dive. I mean, it's just basically going to the same place. All the linebackers are stepping down and in. Everybody's containing.
We've got a timeout. 3rd down coming up. Coach Bray wants to think about it with the 1st down stick at the 39-yard line.
Gotta work
Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. By MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By TKQB Academy. Be the best QB you can be. Call Trevor Knight, 603-732-7194, or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. By Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right. Visit AccurateTree.com for a free estimate. And finally, by Jewett Construction. Building relationships since 1972. Come join us to build something great at JewettConstruction.com. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. The sun is out here in Manchester. It was overcast earlier, and that lifts the spirits a little bit here to this capacity crowd at Trinity High School. 3rd down and 2, meanwhile, for St. Thomas coming out of the timeout. Saints trailing on the scoreboard with 3.5 gone by in this second quarter by a score of 12-0.
We'll see if they mix it up here. They're moving the fullback into blocking position.
Avery, stretch play, right side, cuts it upfield. He's got the first down and then some. Rumbles his way down inside the 35 to about the 33.
Well, using Brandon Skowround as a decoy to slide himself down the left-hand side in the running back position to give the impression that Avery is going left side, and they just go in and they pull a guard and they double down, and what a night. That's a well-designed play.
Dylan Gartside credited with the tackle, but not before an 8-yard gain there for Avery. First down, St. Thomas. It's their best-looking drive so far, but this first down play is snubbed out. Nowhere to go. Guess who? Connor Bishop, a yard deep in the backfield for the stop.
Yeah, look at this. Just takes way too much time to develop here. You look at this thing on replay, and it just takes forever to get through. He's way back, 3 yards back there. But to your point, Nick, Connor Bishop just tunneling through the line there, working hard, and he's a good tackler. Boy, he's got great form.
One of 12 seniors honored by Trinity High School before the game. Unofficially, Bishop with 5 tackles in this first half at the defensive end spot. Second down, 11. Cimprini, straight drop back, throws
got him
down the middle, and it's knocked away, incomplete. That's Durepo with some good recovery speed there to slap that one away. Third down coming up.
Well, there's a lot of good players out there today, Nick, but there's no doubt that Davey Durepo is on, like you say, he had a good breakfast this morning because he is on tee for everything. Defensive side of the ball, special teams, and offense, Nick. He's been terrific today.
2 punt return touchdowns for the senior Davey Durepo. Both in the first quarter, one from 65 yards out, the other from 59.
Well, one of the things you want from a safety is the ability to close the gap when the ball is released. And that guy was wide open with 4 yards, and Davey Durepo closed that while that ball was released in the air.
Meanwhile, third down and 11. Cimprini cocks back, fires, and again it's knocked away at the last moment. This time by Tate Zabuza. He had the big interception earlier, and the junior may have denied a touchdown there, slapping away the pass at the goal line. So 4th and 11.
Seems to be defensive back weekend for Friday Night Lights. We saw a show last night with Winnicott, and without that play, let me tell you, Sutherland would have had probably 150, 160 yards passing. They did an incredible job. You're seeing this today from this tandem from Trinity.
Yeah.
I like the play calls, too. It just...
How about 4th and 11? Coach Bray wants to go for it. He's got a man as Cimprini hooks up with Evan Reyes. Second grab for the junior. It comes at the right time as St. Thomas extends the drive.
Well, I really like what Coach Bray does there, Nick. He has 2 good pass plays and just 2 great defensive plays. And what does Coach Bray do? He knows that he's getting openings here, and he runs another one. Nice call.
Needed 11. They get 11.
Yep.
Sanchez makes it down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, back to the ground. Avery up the middle, leans forward down to about the 18, maybe the 17.
Yeah, again, Nick, what's happening there is it's taking too long to develop to get back to the line of scrimmage, and there's some good defensive linemen there, and the offensive linemen can only hold these guys for so long.
Just a yard gain.
Yeah,
sorry, Steve.
Every time they go after it right through the line for the quick hit. They get Davey gets yardage.
Bishop with the 6th tackle.
Avery, gets yardage.
Second down and 9. Cimprini back to the gun. 2 running backs with him. Handoff left side, Avery, and he runs into a wall. That's the tone waiting for him.
Yeah.
He's having a big first half as well.
He sure is.
As Avery may have lost a yard there. They're going to mark him at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 9.
Well, DeTone, Nick, is one of those guys that, you have the tall defensive ends and then you've got the stout ones.
Right.
And he's kind of built like a freight train there, and he's really checking in defensively today.
I think he's one of those guys you could play anywhere.
I think he could. He's just built to play anywhere.
3rd down and 9. Cimprini going to fire again. Deep into the end zone. It's intercepted. Durepo over the shoulder pick in the end zone, decides to bring it out, dances up to the 10, makes a man miss at the 15, looking for the 20, finds the sideline before he's escorted out of bounds at the 25-yard line. What a first half for Davey Durepo. The 2 special teams touchdowns and now a defensive interception as well for the senior.
He's on fire, Nick. This is what they needed for Davey. The Davey Durepo you're seeing today, and that we saw him in the second half of Plymouth, was outstanding and really began to come into his own in the second half of that game. He started that way today, and he's just showing what a good athlete he is. He can do it all, Nick. He's doing it everywhere.
He's made plenty of people miss in space already.
He does. He has a way of sucking you in and then kicking out, or kicking out and then sucking back inside. He knows how to get yardage, and he knows how to be elusive. And he's not hesitating. Everything has a specific task to it in order to try to juke the defender, and he's just getting it done.
Well, he's finally able to take a rest here on the Trinity sideline. He was slapping 5 with, I think, every member of his Pioneer teammates, and gets a well-deserved rest as his team takes over the football. Leading 12-0. Pioneers first and 10 at their own 31. Haven't seen too many offensive plays, but here's one. And a tough run here. Refusing to go down is Detone. All the way out to the 42-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, speaking of guys who came to play there today, Detone is one of them. He's looking. Dominic has been as good defensively as anybody on the football team today. He's checking in and he's drawing doubles. He's doing a lot of things that you may not see on a chart at the end of the game, but he's causing this offense havoc when he's on D. Now he's doing it on offense.
First carry goes for 11. First down, Pioneers. Put Durepo in motion, fake to him, and here comes Service through the hole. Up the middle for another Pioneer first down into St. Thomas territory at the Saints 47.
Now they're going back, Nick. I agree. He started with a first down, but they're going to do it anyway. Yep, he's got it.
First on 10, Trinity.
First carry for Service, the senior quarterback.
I can't believe the weather change has happened in about 20 minutes here.
Yeah.
Completely overcast, cloudy skies, and now it's wide open.
Nice to see. Temperatures mid-60s. Second weekend in October. Week number 6 statewide. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. A lot of D2 action this afternoon. Handoff to Tone again. Running room and across the 40 before he's taken down by Evan Reyes. See where they spot this. Right at the 40, so a gain of about 7 there for Detone.
It's quite a running tandem. Boy, Ollie Service can run that football. Yeah, I really liked 2 plays ago the way he ran through the hole there, Nick. I'm sorry, 2 plays ago. Detone's a bull.
Yep.
He is a bull. Give him any space.
He's the lone back behind Service, who's under center. 4-man rush as he drops back, throws near side. Catch made by Bishop. Inside the 35 and out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Another Pioneer first down. First catch for Bishop.
Really important for St. Thomas to be able to get a stop here, Nick. They gotta get the ball back in the offense's hand with 3:47 left in the half. This is a real swing point in this game.
First down 10, Pioneers.
That's the first completion for Service.
Yep.
The Pioneers have not needed to throw the football in this first half. They've done it, as we said, on special teams and on defense. Haven't seen a whole lot of the offense here.
No.
Just their second drive comes with inside of 4 minutes to go until the break. Meanwhile, somebody jumped early. That may have been the nose guard, Garrett Dorr.
You're trying to make a play.
Senior was right over the football, and he jumps off sides. No. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
The official is Sean Bean. He pointed the wrong way for a moment. But, yeah, we had it right. A penalty against St. Thomas. That's their third here in the first half. 3 for 20. Trinity has played mistake-free. No penalties for the home team so far.
Yeah, played very clean. We talked about that pregame. The team that's going to come out on top most of the time is and when you're away, you really need to play clean. Because,
that was one of your keys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, first and 5. Malith going to shift to the tailback spot, get the handoff, right side run, zigzags across the 25, and he's down inside the 20.
Good blocking up front there.
Scouron with the stop.
Let's take a look at this from the replay here on the right side. Watch the right side here. They're going to cave down on the tackle here. You watch. You're going to clean him right out. 55's there for support, and just a great kick-out block by number 11. I'll get the names in a second. And a great job by the big guy, number 63. So
it's Easton Valère, the starting left tackle.
And DeTone just cleaning out the right side there and opening up a nice run.
Here's the T formation. Coach Cathcart going old school, keeps it with the fullback, breaks a tackle. He's up the middle, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. That's J.P. Farron. He's the starting left guard. And he gets the call and marches into the end zone from 19 yards out to make it 18-0.
Well, Rob Cathcart is an old-style football coach, and I mean that as a compliment. And what he did is he gave his guard an opportunity to go in there and get a touchdown. And don't think that doesn't mean anything to that young man. If you kind of have that attitude, that guard goes out there and cleans out holes for everybody else. Let's give him a chance to go up front. Couldn't have worked out better for Trinity and.
J.P. Farron.
J.P. Farron.
Cashes in. Again, Farron, one of the 12 seniors honored before the game for senior night. Going for two, and they're going to throw it in. There's a flag thrown after the catch. If the play stands, it's two more for Trinity, but hang on. Again, penalty marker down around the 4-yard line.
Boy, the glare here is something else, huh? That fall, but don't complain too much about a warm sunshine right now, because another 4 or 5 weeks, it's coming. Yeah, that'll go against Trinity. So they'll replay.
Trinity penalized 5 yards, illegal man downfield.
Okay. So an ineligible receiver, illegal man downfield. First Pioneer penalty. And it comes on the 2-point try. Well, see if that changes Coach Cathcart's mind with his club out in front 18-0. Doesn't appear so. They're going to go for two. Service in the pistol. DeTone is the back. Tight end right. Receiver each side. Back to throw. Blitz off the edge. Incomplete.
Yeah, he had to throw it. Had no time there. Had him pretty well contained in there. Good job by St. Thomas there.
Trying to find Bishop in the back of the end zone. So the 2-point try fails. It stays 18-0 with just over 3 minutes remaining until halftime. Coming up at halftime, stats, highlights, analysis. Full recap, out-of-town scoreboard as well. That's all coming up at halftime. There's Coach Cathcart. Been in this spot, Steve, for a long time at this point. Head of the program. He's got a squad 3-1, and right now looking pretty good here in week number 6.
Well, let's take a look at the rest of their season. If they can, continue this trend and come out with a victory today, it's going to open things up. They got Pelham, Merrimack Valley, Kennett, and Bow. So they've got a big one coming up on the 17th next week, and
that game against Pelham, their final home game.
Yes.
And then things really get interesting, Steve, because they had to reschedule the Merrimack Valley game.
Yep.
They've got technically 3 games in 7 days. Pelham on the 17th, at Merrimack Valley on the 21st, and then at Kennett on the 24th before wrapping up the schedule on the road at Bow on Halloween. Meanwhile, a flag is down after the kick.
Don't know what that flag was. I didn't see anything, but doesn't mean it's not there. But
penalty marker at the 29-yard line.
At the 35-yard line, there's a flag on the play.
This is important for St. Thomas to not have it on them, because they've had quite a few penalties here, Nick, over the last 7 or 8 minutes. But they need field position right now with 3:03 left. And
I think it's a hold against the return team.
Yeah.
So not what the Saints were looking for. It's their 4th penalty here. It's a block in the back.
10 yards blocking from behind.
So another 10 yards tacked on, or they'll move the ball back 10 yards, rather. 4 penalties, 30 penalty yards for the visitors. Only 1 5-yarder against Trinity. All right. So again, Steve, the diagnosis has been the same. St. Thomas has been able to move the football in this first half, but no points to show. They begin this drive with their worst starting field position yet at their own 19.
They had an opportunity down this end here, and it just didn't happen, and that was the points they desperately needed. The time to see what they can do here to close out the half.
Cimbrini in the gun. Hands off Avery's. Got a hole across the 20. Spun down at the 25. Leans up to about the 26.
One
Zabuza with the tackle.
One thing about Kenny Avery is he's not going to run around you. He's going to run through you if you're in the defensive backfield. And
able to grab 7 there. He's been the workhorse for St. Thomas in this first half. It's going to be fun adding up his stats.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we tick down towards 2.5 to play in this second quarter. Zimbrini, handoff, stretch run. Avery through the hole again. Up over the 30 for a first down. Needed 3, they give him 4, and they move the sticks.
Well, it says they have 2 timeouts left. I think that's probably, I don't know if that's accurate or not, Nick.
I think it's correct.
Yeah.
They called 1 earlier.
Yeah, that's right.
Tackle being by Mateo, as you see there on the replay.
First down count.
1st and 10. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Zimbrini on the draw. Going to break it right side. Try to get around the corner and won't get there.
Yeah.
Good pursuit there by Trinity. Tackled inbounds as well as the clock continues to tick.
Well, I've seen Trinity. We've seen them, Nick. They pursue outside extremely quickly. And when you know that they're the speed of their athletes are closing you out on the back in the defensive backfield, they're going to be very hard to run the outside. The best thing to do in this situation, if you'll see, is just turn it upfield the first little gap you see and grab the yardage that's there.
Meanwhile, Bishop, 7 tackles in this first half. 2nd down and 9. Zimbrini again in trouble right away, hit in the backfield and driven down by Datone. It's a sack.
Boy, this Datone-Bishop combination here on defense has been lethal.
For Datone, and unofficially a handful of stops for the senior as well. Meanwhile, Coach Bray's okay with letting this run. We're inside of a minute now.
Let's not lose sight of the ball game that J.P. Ferris is playing as well. He's getting in a lot of these tackles, closing down gaps and
scoring touchdowns on offense.
Yes. Yeah, that too.
The left guard, his lone carry a moment ago, resulted in a 19-yard score.
Getting a little opportunity to play some linebacker, it looks like.
Now we get a timeout. Coach Bray going to stop the clock ahead of this upcoming 3rd and 12 with 38 seconds remaining. Well, there's a good shot of the crowd here. We expected a festive atmosphere. The sun is out. That was the only thing really missing throughout the first quarter. And as you can see, these Trinity fans have turned out to support the home team on senior night. Plenty of St. Thomas faithful making the drive from the seacoast as well. But this one, Steve, a fun game to call, and we always like coming back here to Trinity in the fall.
Well, it's a great venue if you're media here, Nick. I mean, this clubhouse is, press box, I should say, is just fabulous, and it's a great venue. You're not like way up, but you're not on the ground either. It's a perfect angle to watch the game, and a lot of work and effort went in. This was in the making for a lot of years, and it finally happened. And
right.
I think they just hit a home run here with the development of this stadium, and it's just really given Trinity a true sense of home for their sports program. So, got lights so they can play on Friday nights.
Yeah. Field crew's busy here too, as
yes.
they have to put the uprights up before the game and then take them down right after, because there's soccer and field hockey on this field as well. Screen for Reyes out of the timeout in 3rd and 12, and that one is blown up.
Just well defended play after play here.
Ollie's service, he's made a few stops out of the backfield, including there. So no gain. And again, the clock going to tick here. Coach Cathcart not going to stop it. Or is he? We get a whistle. Well, it's a timeout by somebody. I'm just not sure who. I would assume Trinity.
There's Romeo Tatupu down there, who we interviewed. Masuku. He's working with his guys right now. And we had him up in the Plymouth game. We had him on coming at halftime. And he had just a fantastic career at Bowling Green and here at Trinity, and some play in between with some programs, and was a great athlete, but most importantly, just a great leader when he was here at Trinity. Just a really nice person But, boy, when you were on the football field, you knew he was playing football, let me tell you. And
Coach Cathcart's got a good staff.
He does.
I mean, he really does. One of the bigger staffs in the division, if you think about it.
Yep.
And Masuku a big part of that staff. Meanwhile, 4th down and 8. Saints set to punt. The dangerous Davey DiRepo is back at the 35. They're going to kick it away from him towards the far boundary. It's going to roll along the sideline, take a good roll for St. Thomas all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, why inflict more damage and kick it to Davey DiRepo? I'll tell you, he has been on fire today. He is the difference maker to me in this game, Nick, why we have a wide margin. But there's a lot of other great athletes, Bishop, DeTone, go on and on across the board there with Trinity that's certainly supported that. And the defense is the thing that's really impressing me, Nick. Is they bend a little bit, but they don't break. And the defensive backfield is for real. And if you're going to play the some of the top echelon, you've got to have a good defensive backfield.
Pioneers with an 18-0 lead. Their first 2 scores coming on special teams via DiRepo. A 65-yard punt return touchdown, followed up by a 59-yarder. And he's also got a pick. Took it away in the end zone.
Yeah, that was quite a play.
Earlier in the second quarter as well. All right, we'll see how aggressive Coach Cathcart wants to be here with his offense taking over at their own 29-yard line. Just 12 seconds to work with. Malith in motion. Service takes the snap, throws to the flat. DiRepo with the catch. Breaks a tackle and then is driven down at about the 32-yard line after a short gain of about 3, the senior Garrett Dorr with his 3rd tackle. That is going to bring us to halftime. Trinity through 24 minutes, Steve, looking pretty good on senior day in front of their home fans as they lead St. Thomas by a score of 18-0. Are we at halftime? No, we're not. We have a timeout.
No, that's what I thought.
Okay. I apologize. I jumped the gun. Coach Cathcart is going to use his second timeout to stop the clock here, so not quite at halftime yet. A 2nd down and 6 coming up for Trinity.
Well, Trinity's done something really kind of nice here with their clock. We talked to their clock man, and he informed us that you'll see here, we have the timeouts ticking down. Did a little work and effort put in. It's kind of nice to have and have an idea of when the players are going to be going out on the field, but up here in the media booth, it's kind of nice to have too. So,
yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of work has been put in to this field over the years. Of course, the baseball field right behind, that's been there forever. There's a playground, track and field. Of course, Hillside Junior High is right here as well. Trinity High School across the street. So this field gets plenty of action. And those folks here do a great job with the upkeep. Meanwhile, final 3 seconds. Service is going to air it out deep down the field. Intercepted.
Nice interception.
Cimprini, his counterpart with the interception. There's a flag thrown. There's 4 flags on the field. Cimprini still alive at midfield, yanked down from behind, and we may have a horse collar on top of it all.
Another flag
is thrown. There's 5 officials, but 6 flags on the field.
Looks like a laundromat out there right now. I'll tell you, I don't think I've ever seen, Nick, more flags thrown out than that at once in many infractions. That was quite a play.
There's
right there.
Literally more flags than referees.
There is.
So we're going to figure this out, but obviously on the final play of the first half, a lot of crazy things just went down.
Yeah, we'll be back in about 30 minutes because that's what it's going to take to decipher all of these calls and how it works out. And
well, a lot to chat about. Sean Bean, busy weekend for him. He was out there with us last night on the Seacoast for the Memorial Winnicott game and turn around doing double duty. So the officials still chatting here. Zeros on the scoreboard.
I think one of them is going to be a horse collar. To me, Nick, like he grabbed the horse collar around the jersey and the upper shoulder pads and pulled the runner down. I think that'll be one. My guess is it's infractions against both teams. Probably a block in the back. And how do you figure all this? like we're going to have a halftime before halftime.
Well, I'm sure there was a number
of
different penalties. Some of them were blatantly obvious, including what looked like a horse collar at the end of the play.
Just saw a holding signal delivered by one of the referees to the other, and they're talking it out.
Well, if that interception does stand, that's the lone Trinity turnover of the first half.
But kind of a turnover doesn't fit the same category as normal offense and defensive plays. But it'll go down in the box scores like that, in the stats. I would say from what I saw so far, Nick, might as well talk about this now while we can, is if I was going to analyze the first half, Trinity just looks like they have more of the top style athletes. St. Thomas has their share as well, but it just looks like in some key positions they're a little deeper athletically, and but not to take anything away from St. Thomas. But
no, this is a Saints team that, number one, is young.
Yes.
Number two, only 26 players on the roster, one of the smaller rosters in the division.
I did have a discussion, Nick, with one of the St. Thomas parents, and was telling me that the soccer team's got over 50 people on
That's
the team.
almost twice the number.
So that's almost twice the number. So you got to believe there's some athletes that are playing soccer that aren't playing football. So that could have something to do with it. But also learned that I thought they had around 650, 700. I believe it's right now the school's under, just a little bit under 500. So that could be a factor as well.
Right.
But
either way, this group has hung in there. And they've been impressive through the first 5 weeks of the season, coming in today, riding a 4-game win streak.
Right. And they're matching up very, very well in about 70%. But the defensive backfield of Trinity, Nick, they've got some good receivers on St. Thomas and some very well-thrown balls as well. It's just Durepo and his crew there of defense of cornerbacks and have just been just Johnny on the spot and been able to close the gap while the ball's in the air. And that's going to bode well for them if they wind up playing an Amherst or Sauhegan who likes to throw the ball. And a lot of that game we saw up in Plymouth was Trinity just got off to a really slow half. They did do a better job in the second half, but the first half was just almost difficulty getting ramped up, and a lot of that could be because of the Bobcats. Their offense is fierce, but Trinity looks solid and today.
Well, we're still trying to figure out.
Here we go.
This penalty business here. All because Trinity had to call that timeout.
Yeah.
We're all set to go to halftime. We get an interception. All right, so Coach Cathcart's getting the explanation from our referee, Sean Bean.
So I don't know if he's going to share that with the rest of us or not. But
well, the football is going to be placed at the St. Thomas 35-yard line. It is going to be Saints ball.
That we know.
As far as the explanation on what exactly the penalties were, we have not gotten that. We just know it was after the interception, and it's St. Thomas ball. There's no time on the clock, so we will get one more play, and it looks like it's going to be a kneel down in their own territory. And Semprini will surrender the knee, and we do go to halftime. Pioneers, impressive in all three phases. 18-0 at the midway point over St. Thomas. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, and then an out-of-town Week 6 scoreboard to get to as well. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today. Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Start of the second half here in Manchester. Got ourselves an 18-0 score. Trinity out on top of St. Thomas in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Week number 6 statewide. These two teams, 1 loss apiece. Pioneers got a big first half from senior Davey DiReppo. 2 punt return touchdowns in the first quarter. The first from 65 yards out, the second from 59 yards out. DiReppo also had a takeaway and interception in the end zone in that first half. So Pioneers getting some special team scores, and then they add a touchdown in that second quarter as well from one of their offensive linemen, J.P. Farron. His lone carry in that first half resulted in a 19-yard touchdown. So that's where we are, 18-0. St. Thomas, they were able to move the football, but came away empty. Senior running back Kenny Avery, how about 22 carries in that first half for 104 yards. Also had 1 catch for 0 yards. You want to talk about a workhorse, look no further than senior Kenny Avery. Sophomore quarterback for St. Thomas, Anthony Cimprini. 3 completions for only 6 yards in that first half. He was bottled up on the ground as well. 5 carries for 5 yards. For Trinity, well, we mentioned DiReppo. Not a bad half for senior quarterback Ollie Service, but wasn't on the field a whole lot. The Pioneer offense mostly on the sidelines throughout most of that first half. They are set to receive the second half kickoff, but Service, 2 completions, 13 yards, 1 carry for 10 yards. Dominic DeTone, 2 carries, 18 yards rushing, 1 catch for 4 yards. DeTone also a big day in the works defensively with 5 stops and a sack in that first half. And Connor Bishop, 1 grab, 9 yards, but a game high 7 tackles at the midway point. Those are some of the numbers from the first half. Again, all those stats.
Nothing unexpected there.
Unofficial.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give Kenny Avery. He's been a workhorse for him, and it's really on the running game. Just kind of basically been the lone target. So there's a lot of opportunity for them to key on him. But give their offensive line a good, for being St. Thomas and Kenny Avery doing a good job. But they need more. And one of the things to me, they really gave an honest shot at it. And, as far as passing the ball down the field, but the recovery speed, I was talking to Romeo, and assistant coach, and handles the defensive back to Trinity, and he's pretty pleased with how they're playing. But their ability to close the gap is there. If you're going to break down this game, Nick, to me, both of these are good teams. You can see why they're 4-1. But Trinity's got about arguably 3, maybe 4 athletes that are on the field as far as depth is concerned, which is really making a significant difference from what I see.
Yeah.
And give Coach Bray credit. He's tried to throw the ball, and his quarterback can throw the ball and has thrown it with good accuracy. But the defensive leadership from DiReppo and the cornerbacks there have just done a magnificent job. To me, that's a big part of the game. Then throw in the special teams, which was a big key. There you go. I mean, it's 18-0, but 12 of those 18 points are on those runbacks,
right.
and that you take those away, which you can't. But I'm saying if you do take special teams away, it's a 6-0 game.
Yep. All right, some other scores from week number 6. We'll start with last night's action. Pinkerton, another win in Division 1, as their latest victim.
What was that score?
Was Alvern, 56-17. The final there. Astros improved to 6-0. Bedford 6-0 as well. They shut out Nashua North.
I watched the game.
35-0 the final there. Exeter snaps a 2-game skid. They beat Dover 14-0. Wyndham has won 4 in a row. 35-6 over Spalding. South getting hot as well. They hand Bishop Girton their first loss. 28-24 the final score there. Of course, we were on the Seacoast. Winnicott, the last second field goal, the difference there. They beat Manchester Memorial 27. Salem got an out-of-state win over Cumberland, Maine, 21-14. And Concord, they played well in a shootout against Haverhill, Massachusetts, but ended up falling 42-35. Londonderry, a second straight win. Big fashion over Manchester Central, 46-21. And Timberlane gets their third win as they downed Goffstown last night in Division 2. Kingswood, another win, 34-0 over Merrimack Valley. Pelham with a shutout as well. They beat Manchester West 35-zip. Hanover 34 and a win over John Stark 34-6. Conval tops Hollis Brookline 33-14. Lebanon over Kearsarge 16-6. And down in Division 3, how about Raymond over Franklin, 53-6. And Steve, we have an upset today. Congratulations to Epping Newmarket. They beat Campbell.
Wow.
28-16.
Was that at home?
Down in Division 3, I believe that was in Litchfield.
Wow. That's a big win.
And one score underway here, Steve. Back to Division 1. Merrimack out in front of Keene, 16-7. As the Tomahawks look to improve to 3-2.
Okay.
All right, meanwhile, here we go.
Durepo had a run back, brought it outside. They were able to catch up to him this time on the kick return.
So the Pioneer drive begins at their own 30, and they go right back to the fullback. Why not? J.P. Ferrin straight ahead for 4, maybe 5 yards to set up second down and 5. So Datone, run there designed, I'd imagine, to soften up this Saints defense a bit.
Saints lines have been pretty solid today. No, that's not.
Service on a rollout. Plenty of room to run. Big block downfield. First down and then some as he trots past midfield and steps out of bounds at the Saint 48.
Well, they just controlled the edge, and the cornerback was over there, and he just got completely overmatched. I believe that was Connor Bishop that just blocked him out. You're going to see right there, and really, Ollie Service is a weapon of so many. He has so much value.
That's the longest offensive play from scrimmage for Trinity.
Yeah.
A 17-yard gain.
Like I say, it hasn't. It's the special teams are 12 of the 18 points, but they're breaking it open here so far.
Minute gone by, third quarter, 1st and 10. Datone left side, rumbles down to about the 46.
Yeah, I saw Datone down on the field when I was.
Sanchez the tackle.
Yeah. And he's thick. Big guy. Rugged. You can see why he causes havoc out there.
Just a 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9.
T formation here. 5-man front for the Saints. Stretch run. Malith cuts it upfield.
It's great contained by Kenny Avery right there. You're going to see him work, and he's not taking on an easy end there. And watch this. You watch number 7. He just works so hard. Kenny Avery fighting for that outside position, forces that run on the inside, and that gives, is it number 58, I believe. No, not 58. Yeah, it is 58. I just don't see a 58 on here.
3rd and 7 officially.
More of the same.
3 receivers set for Trinity. And a 4-man front for St. Thomas. Durepo in motion. Service the snap. Tucks and runs. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, give this St. Thomas crew credit.
Not much. A yard maybe. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6.
I think you'll see Coach Cathcart go for it. He's gone for it a couple times in more chancy situations. I think he'll on the other side of the field in St. Thomas territory, he's going to go for it.
Offense stays on the field. Nearly 3 minutes gone by, third quarter.
4th down 6.
Opening drive of the second half.
44-yard line.
Trinity trying to find the 38-yard line. St. Thomas hoping to get the defense off the field. There's a flag on the play. Service throws. Juggled, caught by Datone. Inside the 25. Dragged down at the 20, but hang on. Again, there's a flag on the play.
Had the flavor of either a motion penalty, false start, or
Service is complete. False
false start. Okay.
That's going to wipe out a 25-yard pickup through the air.
Nice pickup by DeTone. Had a quick little bobble there, but caned it quickly, or got possession very quickly.
flag on the play.
Pioneers only one penalty in that first half. They get a 5-yarder here, but it wipes out the fourth down conversion.
We'll see what they do here.
St. Thomas on the other side, 4 penalties in that first half for 30 yards.
Now you're looking at 4-11. Do they pin him deep?
4th and 11.
Well, Service still in the huddle. And now having a conversation with head coach Rob Cathcart.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to go. Let's get this home crowd excited. Football at the St. 49. 4th and 11. Service escapes the pocket to his left, cuts it up the middle, and he's got plenty of room. A first down and then some. Takes a tumble down at the 25-yard line after a 24-yard pickup.
Well, take nothing away from Ollie there. That was a great run, great choice, but it wouldn't have happened without DeTone's block here. Watch here in the background with DeTone. Takes him out and offers the opportunity for Ollie to extend the play, sees the lane and seizes it. And a good open field tackle right there. He may have been all the way in the end zone, Nick.
Kenny Avery with the stop. You're right. That may have prevented a touchdown.
DeTone factoring in so many elements of this game that you don't see on the chart at the end.
So Service, the longest play from scrimmage, 24 yards. 4 minutes gone by, third quarter football at the St. 25. Trinity approaching the red zone. They go back to DeTone. He bounces off one man, stood up by a second at about the 20-yard line and should get some forward progress here.
Carried on the play.
Just inside the 20 as well there, where they will spot it, a 5-yard pickup for the big back, Dominic DeTone.
He's like a buoyant ship. Watch the balance right here. Watch this. He's going to have his first hit right there, stays up, knocks him on his back. Second one pushes him out of the way. The whole time, forward lean, using those powerful legs of his to drive the football down the field.
Garrett Dorr with his 5th tackle, the team high for St. Thomas. 2nd down and 5. Excuse me. Service in the gun. Malith in motion. Drops the shotgun snap and has to fall on it. Back to the original line of scrimmage. A 5-yard loss and 3rd and 10 coming.
Good job there by Ollie. Just falling on it, Nick. There was nothing there. If you're going to stand up and try to pick that thing up, there's still nothing there. He did the right thing.
Football for Trinity. Spotted at the 24.
Comes from a football family, had an older brother as a quarterback as well, so doesn't surprise me in the least if you look the way his brother played that he's going to play smart as well. Been well coached. Don't change the momentum of a game.
3rd and 9 officially. Service under center.
I formation.
Rollout. The senior looking downfield, throwing off the back foot. Catch made along the sideline. That's complete at the 10-yard line.
Is that Bishop?
First down, Trinity.
No, that's not Bishop.
That's Durepo.
Services complete the Durepo.
He's got a few yards today between kick returns and
that's his first
receiving.
catch.
Yeah, first catch, but
he had a 5-yard carry in that first half as well.
Now he's adding to it.
Yep. 14 more there. For Service, that's his 3rd completion.
Probably got 130 yards on kick returns, right?
Well, if you add up the 2 punt return touchdowns.
That's what I meant, punt returns, yeah.
That would be 134.
Ooh, how about that, huh?
Am I right with that?
130. I don't know. I like it.
Am I right?
I like it.
124, excuse me.
All right.
Meanwhile, Service going to dance up the middle. It's 1st and 10 from the 11, by the way. And he is wrestled down somewhere around the 5-yard line. Tackle made by Simprini, along with Scouron.
That was a big first down there the Service got previous to that when they were 4th and 11, Nick. That was a big run.
Yeah. Midway through third quarter. Yeah, it's a speedy third quarter.
Yeah, well, all the running, very little passing, and very little clock stoppage.
Spotted on the 5.
First and goal. Malith going to slow down as the snap is taken. Handoff up the middle and into the end zone goes Datone for a 5-yard touchdown.
Nice blocking up front. You're going to see that here. Datone does the right thing, runs right through it, sees the green space. He's having himself a day today.
Big first half defensively and a big third quarter drive there on offense for the senior Dominic Datone.
Just a complete clean out by the offensive line there on both sides. Kick outs on both sides. Gives Datone a 4-lane highway to run through right here. Good secondary blocking as well downfield, and that gives Datone an opportunity to slam in the end zone.
So the Pioneers going to attempt the extra point here. Try to extend the lead to 25-0. A bad snap, a line drive kick. It's good. And that's a big extra point, Steve, because it goes from 3 scores to 4.
Yeah, big difference there.
25-0 with just over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Trinity, how'd they get here? How about 2 special teams touchdowns, a pair of punt return scores, both by Davey DiRepo in the first quarter. It was 12-0 Pioneers after 1. Then the linemen get involved as J.P. Farron scores from 19 yards out, capping off an impressive drive for Trinity. 18-0 our score at halftime, despite St. Thomas running back Kenny Avery going over 100 yards in that first half. And then after getting a stop defensively, Trinity engineers a lengthy drive, capped off by the 5-yard touchdown run by senior Dominic Datone.
Dominic has been terrific today. Doesn't look like the quality of this day is going anywhere. The sun is out. The colors are beautiful. Here we go.
From the 10. This again is Avery to the outside, and he's got room along the sideline, over the 40. And up close to the 45-yard line. A good return there by Avery. He's been the workhorse offensively for the Saints in this one. 22 carries in that first half. Did not touch it, though. In the closing moments before halftime. Now with the Saints offense back on the field for the first time in this third quarter.
Well, nobody's left this place, Nick. I'll tell you
that. Do they
that.
stick with the run is my question for you, Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Burn the clock out. And
no, if you're St. Thomas.
Oh, if you're St. Thomas. No, I mean, at some point you're going to have to open this up and take a shot at it. You're down by 4 touchdowns. It start out with 1 touchdown at a time.
You're going to face a blitz here on 1st and 10 and run right through it.
Yeah. Nice hustle.
Cimprini.
Nice run.
Dragged out of bounds by Malith, close to the first down stick.
Nick, I was just commenting on the crowd. They're gone beyond filling the stands right now. There's 4 or 5 deep here all the way down in the left-hand corner. Very, very well attended here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. And if you're a Trinity fan, you've pretty much liked everything you've seen today.
And if you're a Trinity alumni, you get free burgers at halftime.
Yeah, well,
not a bad deal.
Obviously, that extended to Nick. He's got a plate of food over there that'd feed me for, well, no, not me.
Well, I guess I'm an honorary.
You're
alumni.
an honorary member, yeah. I got a pat on the back, though, from after the delivery was made, too. I got a pat on the back outside. So.
Meanwhile, Avery
carries to the 44.
Nice cut there. He's down inside the 45 at a 44, it looks like. A 6-yard gain as Avery's big day continues for St. Thomas.
Second down 4.
What did he have for the first half, Nick?
104 on 22 carries.
Yeah, that's about, I was going to say 120. But, boy, the hard-earned yardage, too. He was pounding through. Valuable player.
Up to 110 now. 2nd down and 4. And hang on, they're going to blow this one dead.
That wasn't right from the start. As soon as they came out of the huddle, Nick, there was just seemed some mistiming. If something wasn't right with that play, that's going to hurt. Nope, it's going to be encroachment, believe it or not.
Yeah,
apologize for that.
I think Datone may have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Well, I didn't see anybody move, but it appeared when he threw the flag, he was going to go over and move it back, and it was going to be against St. Thomas. So St. Thomas will take that, creates a first down. Let's see here. Yeah, he is in the neutral zone, Nick. You're absolutely right.
3rd penalty against the Pioneers.
And they've been really cracking down on that this year.
They have, statewide.
Yep.
1st and 10. St. Thomas 1 trip into the red zone in that first half. Here they are at the Trinity 39. Simprini handoff. Avery trying to find a little room. Lowers the shoulder. Dropped by Mateo at about the 36-yard line after a 3-yard gain.
Dom DeTone. Denzel Mateo on the tackle.
Going to give DeTone another stop. Credit for his 6th tackle on that play as well. 2nd down and 7 as we move inside the 4-minute mark, 3rd quarter. Big lead on the board for Trinity, 25-0.
See if they try to open this up with a pass play here.
2nd and 7. And off, big hole. Avery straight ahead, wrestled down by Malith. Where? At about the 27-yard line. That's good for a 9-yard gain. Straight ahead 1st down for St. Thomas there.
Yeah, nice block there by number 55.
1st down 10.
Cole Masiello. You see he fires off the line, gets a good position, and Avery takes full advantage of that.
And Masiello has played well today.
They have to just get on the board, Nick, and then at that point open the game up and see what can happen. But good methodical drive here so far.
Power formation on 1st and 10 from the 27. And off Avery, and again, not much. Does get inside the 25 for about a 3-yard carry.
You see on replay, looks like he had the right side off tackle open. If you see the lane right there, looks like he could have played through that, but he decides to go.
2nd down 7.
J.P. Farron with a stop. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, he had good blocking right there up front, but still got yardage.
3 receiver set. Coach Bray continuing to show multiple formations. Going to run his sophomore quarterback here on 2nd down. And he's trying to fight his way down to the 20.
I think he got there. Pretty close.
Mateo there again on the stop for Trinity.
Yeah, a little hesitation on his running. He's still fine. But when you make that decision, don't stutter step like that. You just go. Because you think you're going to find more yardage that way, but you really don't. You just turn upfield and you drive into the back ends of your offensive linemen in the seam area and try to develop something out of their blocks. A little too much hesitation.
3rd and 3. Simprini handoff. The sophomore Scouron left side. 1st down and then some at the 10, at the 5, and into the end zone for a touchdown. A 21-yard scamper for the sophomore Brandon Scouron, giving St. Thomas a little bit of life here late in the 3rd quarter. They're on the board 25-6.
You'll see here, this is just good upfield blocking and good online blocking as well. Nice job there. They have the edge completely sealed. And number 4, Braden Sanchez, just lays out a beautiful seal block on the inside, and that just gives Brandon Scouron the right angle there, and he scoots into the corner of the end zone. What a nice play.
Just the 3rd carry for Scouron. Meanwhile, this one is blocked. No chance for the junior kicker, Lincoln Hydock, as a flood of defenders come up the middle there. Another special teams play for Trinity.
Yeah, special team kicks today, and just not happening today, Nick. What is that? So 24 would be, so you had one 2-point conversion, right, by Trinity.
For Trinity.
And every other extra point on both sides of the field have not happened.
Yeah, the initial touchdown resulted in a bad snap on that extra point try.
Yep.
They went for 2 and failed after the 2nd touchdown.
Yep.
Same thing with the 3rd touchdown.
The 4th.
The 4th was a moment ago. That was a converted extra point. And then we get the block on the other end when St. Thomas scores. So you're right. The only successful extra point.
Well, conversion, is one time.
Yep. 25-6. Nonetheless, Steve, a 3-score game again, and St. Thomas has a little bit of hope here with 1:44 to go in the 3rd.
If you have a tremendous offensive line and you just don't have a good kicking department, then go for it. Go for 2. You go for the better than 50 percentage. But in a tight game against against a opponent that's running you right till the end, these extra points are important. We just did a game recently where that was a huge part of the
Lincoln Hydock doing the kicking.
Gamer's out.
Number 3.
So the kick from Hydock is end over end. DiRepo has to backpedal to field it at the 5. He's up to the 10, up the middle at the 15, bounces left side, reverses direction again, shy of the 20, and he's dropped there.
Yeah, they're going to contain him now no matter what.
The freshman Josh Kapka with the tackle.
Yeah, looks like they're trying to claim there was a fumble there. Hard to tell from here.
The officials aren't having it.
No, they're talking, but we'll see what happens here on the replay.
It's going to be Pioneer ball at the 18.
Pioneer.
A nice grab by DiRepo, but they had it covered. They had the whole right side contained. I couldn't tell on that one. We'll see on this one. A little
One
better.
turnover each way today, as both teams threw an interception in the first half.
Let's see what happens here. See if we can see the ball jarring loose. Yeah, that was down the ground, Nick. That was definitely down the ground, unless they blew the whistle. They may have done that.
Yeah, he was stood up there in that pile
for quite a while.
So 1st and 10 Pioneers. Trinity with a 25-6 lead. They keep it in the hands of Service. He rolls out. He fires down the field. He's got DiRepo wide open. And DiRepo's going to score. It's an 82-yard hookup. DiRepo's 3rd touchdown of the day makes it 31-6 Trinity.
Yeah, we got a penalty flag down here. Going to be a personal foul here, Nick, way back behind the. Let them sort that out. But, boy, you talk about a miscue on coverage right there. That was a completely blown coverage. And separation there was probably 12 yards, Nick, on the initial release of the ball.
We hear the boos from the Pioneer fans as this penalty looks like it's against Trinity.
To the point where it's going to bring it back, or is it after the touchdown?
We're going to find out from our referee, Sean Bean. Yeah, touchdown counts. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call, as some of the Pioneer players apparently taunting the Saint defense during the play.
Don't want to do that.
Touchdown stands. It's an 82-yard hookup from Service to DiRepo.
Yeah, you want to try to refrain from that. Doesn't help your football team. The 15 yards probably wouldn't be as much as important. You just don't want to get in a habit of doing that. It's a culture that you want to kind of stay away from. And the coaches will talk to them about that, obviously, but it's all part of it. Learning that.
Kick from Bishop, up and good.
The kick is good.
2 consecutive extra points, 32-6. As the big day for Trinity continues. And that touchdown coming just 22 seconds after the St. Thomas score, so a quick response.
Very quick response.
By the home team as well.
Yeah, that was just a completely blown coverage here down on our side of the field. Looked to me like they were going up at the same time to cover the run of Service coming around the corner, and he stretched it out, and the gap between the coverage and the receiver just got wider and wider, and once Ollie sensed that he was going to stretch the field, he throws a beautiful pass down there, and no one was anywhere near coming close to catching him. So how many, was that 3 touchdowns for DiRepo today, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, the 2 punt return TDs and then the 82-yard grab.
Wow.
Not a bad day at all. You sprinkle in an interception as well, and
and so much more.
It's a day to remember.
On top of that, for great defensive plays today, he's been the real deal for sure.
All right, so the taunting penalty or the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is assessed on the kick. So Trinity is backed up to their own 25-yard line. That is where Connor Bishop will place the football.
Right.
A little bit of a break for the Saints, but still a letdown for St. Thomas. They had scored, and then just 22 seconds later, Trinity's back in the end zone. This one eventually dived on or upon by Avery at about the 39-yard line. That is where the Saints will begin the drive. Minute 21 to go, third quarter. Well, again, Trinity only playing 4 games through 5 weeks. They had their Week 5 opponent, Merrimack Valley, have to postpone that game last minute.
Yep.
Scheduled for later in the month. So Trinity a game behind basically everybody else in Division 2, but a win today puts them at 4-1. St. Thomas staring their second loss in the face. They would drop to 4-2. Meanwhile, Simprani going to dance left side, and the young sophomore showing some good fight up over the 45, up to the 46-yard line before he's dropped by Ferrand.
Better run. Watch Simprani when he decides to make the run, goes back almost by design, and then when he cuts, he goes. Much more active, much better acceleration as he works across the line of scrimmage. That's what you want to see.
An 8-yard pickup.
Because he can do it.
He's found a little more running room here in this third quarter than he did in the first half. 22 rushing yards since halftime, only 10 before. Meanwhile, a bruising run here. Avery a first down and then some.
Yep.
Down to the Trinity 43-yard line. Pickup of 9 there for the senior.
A bobble, a little bit of a bobble, and he does a good job getting this handoff through. And watch when he cuts. He reads blockers beautifully and then protects the football as he keeps on using those powerful legs to drive forward.
Dylan Gartside, a two-way star for Trinity with the tackle. Simprani out of the gun, straight ahead, and he's dropped. Nowhere to go. James Leonard starting to check in here as well, Steve. His third tackle up front.
He was checking in there in the first quarter pretty heavily and very heavily participated in the defensive success of the team at a critical time.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 when we come back. Fourth quarter on the other side. Trinity sitting pretty here at home. Does St. Thomas have a comeback in them? We find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Like right now. JP's guarding number 4. I don't want that. That shouldn't happen.
Fourth quarter here in Manchester. Trinity with a big lead, 32-6. As we head down the stretch here, final 12 minutes of regulation. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Pioneers, big 18-0 lead at halftime. And the two teams exchanged touchdowns in that third quarter. Meanwhile,
I like that.
Left side, a little shake and bake. Looking good there for Braden Sanchez.
Just like the play, Nick. I think more of this would have done them well to get outside, get an open space. Got to watch that defense as they all, and the Trinity defense is not afraid to just bring everybody in the box. Challenge you.
A little bit of a no huddle to begin this fourth quarter, and that's going to cause Trinity to call for time. Our broadcast brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance. Get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By TKQB Academy. Be the best QB you can be. Call Trevor Knight at 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. By Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right. For a free estimate, visit AccurateTree.com. And finally, by Jewett Construction. Come join us to build something great. Planning, architecture, construction management, all at JewettConstruction.com. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. We're presented by Beals Insurance. Cimprini on 1st and 10 with a quarterback draw. Not much. Tried to follow the left guard. He ends up down to the 30-yard line for just a 1-yard gain. Pioneers swarming the zone yet again. The new guy, Joey Monsengo, in there on the stop, playing in just his second varsity game.
Second down 8.
Second and 8 officially.
29-yard line.
Well, we're going to talk about Cimprini here in a minute.
Here's the sophomore in some trouble. This one tipped up in the air and ultimately incomplete. That one batted near the line of scrimmage as the pressure came in. He was hit from behind.
Yeah.
By DeRepo.
No way really.
Or DeTone, excuse me.
No way of detecting that at all.
Leading the rush for
It's just hard to believe this young fellow's a sophomore. Every now and then he shows a sophomore, but overall, Nick, if you're St. Thomas, you're liking what you're seeing for this young. I do want to see him when he decides to tuck it and run to go with more speed through the line and stop the side. That's easily worked out. Look at him, the way he handles the offense here. This is a sophomore. And to your point, Nick, St. Thomas is young.
3rd and 8, handoff. Avery lowers the shoulder but runs into a wall. Trinity ready for him there. Again, James Leonard on the stop. 1-yard gain for Avery, and now a 4th and 7, it looks like, coming up.
James Leonard on the pass.
No issue needing to train Avery how to run through a hole.
No.
Shot out of the cannon. He just, and the beauty is like great runners do, they can slide and yet still keep driving forward.
He's up to 27 carries today.
Yeah, what a workhorse.
22 of those came before halftime. 4th down and 6. Cimprini over the middle and incomplete.
Yeah.
Little off target there, trying to find Evan Reyes, the junior. It's incomplete. Trinity's going to take over after the turnover on downs.
Yeah, he lost. You got to stay anchored there, and he starts sliding away and backing away as he's throwing it. He almost wanted to throw it out to Avery. And watch over here. The footwork just isn't solid here. See, he's kind of running sideways, turning his body. Had some pressure. But you got to hang in there. These are just minor things just to work with Anthony to improve his game. But he certainly has the raw material, in my opinion, Nick, to be a good upper-class, very good upper-class quarterback. So certainly appears though St. Thomas in good hands at that position moving forward.
Pioneers take over. DeRepo on 1st and 10 is in motion. Service keeps it left side, shake and bake, and then ducks down to about the 33-yard line. Call it a 6-yard gain for the senior quarterback, and a 2nd and 4 coming up. Service, big second half, kind of quiet in that first half, but then ripped off a couple of big runs in that third quarter. And then the big pass play came just before the break, 82 yards 82. Through the air.
Wow.
2nd down 4.
Just complete. Like I said, we talked many times. You have blown coverage. You can't have you're down. You got to stay with those receivers, but it's easier said than done.
Again, a 3-receiver set. 4 men defensively along the line of scrimmage. Look out, a bobbled snap. Service lucky to pull that one back in.
There's a fumble on the play.
As he recovers at the 31-yard line, it's a loss of about 3.
Yeah, just a snap that was quick. Looked like it was a quick handoff there, but ultimately Service has got to snag that one there. It was well within a catchable ball, but not where he wanted it to make the quick handoff. But one of the things you get blown coverages on that is you've got a quarterback and running backs running around the edge and getting yardage, and it really puts a lot of pressure on the defensive backfield to step up, and that's what happens. And then you run a go route, and you just let him go because you're watching the quarterback so many times gain yardage on you.
3rd and 6 out of the tee. Roll out. Looking. Going to tuck and run again. Round the corner, spins. Gets 2 in the end.
What an athlete.
Avery cut him down along the sideline, and it's 4th and 4.
Now watch here. You can try to force the ball downfield. He saw it. Yeah, got a little space, but not good enough, and he just grabs an extra 2 or 3 yards for his team. That's just the discipline that you're looking for from a veteran quarterback. And like we talked about before, Nick, he had the benefit of an older brother that played, and a lot of seeing all the training, seeing that, hearing whatever's going on as far as developing as an athlete and able to kind of follow in his footsteps. His older brother, actually a lefty, and
it was Jack a few years
Jack
back.
Service, yeah, and Ollie's a righty.
Yep.
But the position's still the same.
Coach Cathcart wants to go for it. 4th down and 3. He's going to toss it. Oh, they were going to punt. Instead, they're going to lose yardage.
Wow. That's a risky play right there.
Yeah, it was a toss punt, which you don't see often. Connor Bishop never quite had the room to pull it off. So in the end, St. Thomas is going to take over at the Pioneer 25-yard line.
Yeah,
4 minutes gone by in this 4th quarter.
Give St. Thomas here. A lot of teams start backing down. They're not really fighting anymore. They're fighting every single play, and that is really good to see for this team. They're down 32-6, but still playing with as much intensity as they did in the first quarter. And that's what happens when you do that. You open up opportunities for your team.
David Visbeck.
More importantly, it just shows what kind of stuff you've got.
Visbeck with the tackle for a loss. Cimprini, pump fake on 1st and 10, goes deep, and it's incomplete in the end zone. And
there it is. I said it. I saw it.
A flag is thrown. The intended target was Braden Sanchez.
Yeah, I was wondering where that flag was. That was just too much contact, never turned around, into the body, kind of, watch this. He's into the body, and he pushes him, and he's not even looking back. That's a good call by the official. So, St. Thomas moving it up closer. Have an opportunity to get another score.
15-yard pass interference.
And remember, all that happened because of the fact that they were able to foil that fake punt or the fake snap there to punt it. And that's what happens when teams play with that kind of intensity.
Can the Saints cash in? The question now. They're in the red zone here. 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to Avery, straight ahead. He's hit right away.
Avery carried on the play.
And dropped near the line of scrimmage as Mateo and company are there again waiting for Trinity. Connor Bishop with the tackle as well.
Connor Bishop.
They're going to give Avery 3 yards. And a 2nd and 7 coming up here. 4.5 gone by. Still a big hill to climb for St. Thomas, but they can get a touchdown here. Would capture some momentum. 2nd and 7. Avery, left side, scoots through the hole, down inside the 10. Leans forward down to about the 8-yard line before he's met by
Zabuza in there to make the tackle.
Trinity Zabuza.
You can see he's not huge, but he's built rugged. And watch the lowering of the shoulder. This kid is something else. He is durable. How many runs is that, Nick?
Up to 29 carries today.
That's a workhorse for 48 minutes. Half the time that your defense is on the field, and he's got 30 carries.
Here is number 30. Cuts it up the middle, and a well-deserved touchdown.
Avery carries for a St.
Avery,
Thomas touchdown.
who has been the bell cow today, going to score there from 6 yards out. St. Thomas cuts into the gap a little bit, 32-12, as we near the midway point, 4th quarter.
Well, it's getting points on the board, Nick, as you're moving forward, and that's all done from a lot of heart that they've played defensively to try to get their offense the ball back. And watch the hole here. Nice, complete clean out of 76. And opens up a nice hole, and boy, does Avery know how to fire through a hole.
The kicker is Hydock. His kick is up and good. Sneaks through the left upright. 32-13. St. Thomas continues to show the willingness to fight here on the road in the 4th quarter. So Avery was over the century mark in that first half. He's improved upon those totals here in the second half. He's got 42 more since the break, so 150 even.
Yeah. Wow.
I believe. No, 146. 6 even.
Hard-earned yards.
Yes. So Trinity still with a big lead on the board. 3-score game at this point. And that's got fans of all ages pleased here in Manchester. A lot of red on display, a lot of Pioneer fans here. Some alumni were recognized at halftime. Of course, the 12 seniors were honored on the field before the game, part of the Senior Day festivities. But really just a great place to catch a game if you're a casual fan of football.
If you were going to build a friendly stadium that is really visually beautiful to look at, but a great place to watch a game, it's here. They've done a wonderful job, with the bank on the other side there, with people over there. This is truly a place where a family event can occur.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, this press box up here, Nick, is just a great place to call a game from. So Trinity's done this right.
Hydock, little squib, gets through the front line, but not the second, as it's fielded at about the 42-yard line by one of the upmen. Trying to get the number there, pulled it in from the knee.
It's kind of half and half kick, Nick.
That's the senior Jackson Murphy, sure-handed there from down near the ground. So Pioneers, good starting field position here, their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10 on the way.
I don't know if that's designed to get it to bounce off one of the front line, because it's going so fast, but it's kind of a half and half kick.
We saw that last night.
Yes, we did.
In the Winnicott Memorial game. That game on our YouTube channel. And if you've not done so, really, you should check it out. It was a drama-filled campaign.
It was a great game. Went right
came
down
to the last second. 1st and 10, Trinity service. Still offering his service here for the home team, despite the big lead. Going to put Durepo in motion, fake to him, call his own number, and get taken down for a loss. Flag thrown at the end of the play. Avery with the tackle, but hang on.
Ken Avery on the tackle.
The laundry came in at the tail end of the play. Been a busy day for referee Sean Bean. A busy weekend as well. Got a face mask here against the Saint defense.
Didn't see that. Did you see it? I see it in the replay here. Here we go.
The face mask violation against St. Thomas on the last play. They're penalized.
It's an incidental 5-yarder.
It is. You could see it. His hand kind of scraped along the front. You saw a little jerk of the neck there. And I think that's properly called there.
First St. Thomas penalty of the second half, their 5th of the afternoon.
1st and 5.
1st and 5. Malith in motion. Saints showing a blitz. Service going to drop back, escape to the left, throw over the top where he's got Datone. 1st down and then some. Datone scurries out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Ollie Service played this to a T, Nick. Came around the corner. They had some nice inside Zin motion right there and then stops. Now watch Ollie. He suckers the corner in, and then he releases the ball. What a well-timed play. Definitely late getting over there from the safety position on the backside.
The freshman Kupka had to force him out of bounds. It's a 25-yard gain. And the second catch of the afternoon for Datone. 1st and 10. Football just inside the 30. Malith back in motion. Datone is the back. They fake to him. Service rolls out right. Eyes downfield. Pursuit gets to him.
Yeah, good job.
And a sack.
Oh, watch the flag there. You got to be careful.
No penalty yet. A late hit, but the official's going to let it slide.
Yeah, Service did the right thing. Ollie did the right thing. There's nobody open. He's going to try to get it around the corner. And number 58 lets him know that he tackled her and ran him down. I don't know who 58 is. It's not on the roster here, but
5-yard loss.
Congratulations to him.
The result. And a 2nd and 15 on the way as we move past the midway point.
Wish I knew who this young fella 58 was, Nick, because defensive end on the far side there. He's played a terrific game.
Out of the gun, Service under pressure, fires a missile over the middle. It's incomplete. A little behind the intended target, Connor Bishop. And off his fingertips, 3rd and 15. See there, the
Pass on
cross
service
pattern,
was
a little
intended
behind.
for a Leonard
Yep.
incomplete.
But nonetheless, Coach Cathcart still willing to throw the football here despite the 19-point lead.
Well, it's about making plays and executing plays successfully. There's two lines of thought. I've always kind of say don't show a person your playbook, but there's nothing better than getting them live runs at the same time. So there is no wrong answer there.
34-yard line.
Two receivers short side right. Durepo in motion from the left on 3rd and 15. They lob it. Catch made. It's Bishop, tackled immediately by the freshman Kupka.
Pass on service is
See, I think this sort of play against Plymouth, Nick,
23-yard line.
not saying it would have changed the outcome of the game from a win-loss standpoint, but I believe that it would have had an opportunity to loosen up the defense or make them more responsible. But Trinity clearly can play this game very, very well with a quarterback like Ollie Service and receivers like Connor Bishop and Durepo. They have the goods and a good tight end as well.
Bishop, an 11-yard pickup, sets up 4th down and 4. Two men behind Service, takes the snap, rolls out right again.
Nice job.
Trying to get around the corner, he does so, and he's got the first down. Sneaks out of bounds inside the 20. At about the 17-yard line, good enough for a 6-yard pickup, and Trinity continues the drive.
He's a true athlete, Nick. Watch him. He sucks him in a little bit inside.
Out of bounds at the
Watch when he rolls. I
17-yard line.
love rolling out quarterbacks at the high school
First
level.
down,
Fakes inside, draws him in, then beats him outside. And number 58 from St. Thomas on the end has done a really good job. There's been a battle between those two all game long, and both have had their wins and losses, and it's just been good to see these two athletes go at it here.
1st and 10. Trinity hoping to add some points here
Yeah.
at the tail end of the game as we move towards 4 minutes to go.
Now they want to answer and they want to keep working this fast-paced, roll out, run the ball, pass the ball type offense.
Whistle here. This play is blown dead.
They have some skill guys that can really cover the field, Nick, offensively and really spread it out and give the defensive backcourt a real sense of responsibility, which opens up off-tackle runs, forces the linebackers to come out and play a little bit more or a little less aggressive coming up on the ball, and that's what opens up the run game. But to me, this is Trinity's a great set for the athletes that Trinity has to run out of. And Coach Cathcart has done that, and he's using it right now, getting these guys some experience because they're going to start playing.
Not sure what that penalty was.
They got Pelham next week. So
The football never moved.
No, I
It
know.
stays 1st and 10.
I don't know what that is.
You're right. That Week 7 battle against Pilham shaping up to be a good one. That's Trinity's final home game. Of course, the Pythons.
He's
are
got him
unbeaten.
open.
Service into the end zone, knocked away, incomplete. Nobody open there in the back corner. Two-hand knockaway by the defensive back, senior Braden Sanchez.
Yeah, and that young man has given everything he's got today, Nick. He's not tall, not big in stature, but boy, he's an athlete that's he's fearless, and he's played fearless all day. He's played smart too. That was good coverage right there. He kind of disguised that coverage a little bit for Ollie. Ollie throws the ball, and if he could have got an inch higher there off the ground, he would have had himself an interception. So
each team with one takeaway today.
Yeah.
Both came in the first half.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. Clock frozen with 4 minutes even remaining. And again, Durepo in motion. Lines up as the tailback in the eye. Hand off to the fullback. That's the Tone. He's running wild up the middle before he's finally tackled inside the 5.
The Tone carried on the play.
Stopped there by Robbie Tebow. But nonetheless, that's going to set up a 1st and goal here with the football inside the 4-yard line. Big day for Datone. First half, most of his highlights came on defense. 5 tackles, a sack. Second half, a touchdown, a 25-yard catch. And right there, 6 more yards to set up his team with a 1st and goal. Meanwhile, the officials allow a substitution here. And they're going to send Trinity back to the huddle and now wind the clock as we move toward the 3-minute mark. Well, for St. Thomas, they're on the road again next week at Milford. They return home in week 8 against a tough Kingswood team and then wrap it up at Plymouth. That's a tough schedule.
Yeah, that is a tough schedule.
To close it down for St. Thomas. Meanwhile, service, bullet,
nice
left
pass.
side, catch, touchdown. It's DeRepo.
Who
His
else?
4th touchdown today. Comes on a bullet pass. Does it stand is the question. There is a flag down. It's a flag at the line of scrimmage, and this one is wiped out. It's a hold against Trinity.
Regardless of a hold or not, that was one well-thrown ball. That had the velocity.
10 yards for holding on the last play.
Sure did.
Back at the 14-yard line.
Didn't really see anything there, but
good grab, too, on the spin by DeRepo. But, again, a hold up front somewhere.
Some fans starting to file out now.
Yep.
First and goal.
It's almost hit the 3-minute mark. And
a 3-score game.
Yep.
Meanwhile, 1st and goal from the 14 inside of 3 minutes. Another quick throw, another catch. This is Bishop, who scissored down inside the 10 at about the 9. Cut down there.
That's going to be close.
By Kupka and Scowron.
All the service to Bishop.
And they're back inside the 8-yard line here with a 2nd and goal coming up.
Yep.
Kupka and Scowron on the tackle.
Just the 3rd catch today for Bishop.
I had the wrong line, Nick. It's hard telling from here with the sun glare. I thought he was inside the 5.
We didn't have any sun most of the first half.
This is beautiful.
It was overcast, and now,
boy, oh boy, looks like
sunshine is back.
Flag on the play.
Somebody encroached on the defense.
Yeah, this is against St. Thomas. It's going to be half the distance. So the football is going to be moved back to the 4-yard line.
St. Thomas penalized half the distance of the goal line. Encroachment.
6 penalties today against St. Thomas. 5 on the other side against Trinity. Clock ticking down to 2 minutes. Coming up after the game, stats, highlights, analysis, full recap. Out-of-town scoreboard, and then we say goodbye. Another successful doubleheader for us here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. DeRepo in a lineup is the tail. They go back up the middle with a dive play,
nice
and it's
block.
the fullback Tone who walks into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown.
Number 53, Griffin Kitchen. What a great block. You're going to see it right here. Watch number 53 on the left side. Open up this hole. Look at that. Great block. Even grabs him a little in a way that he doesn't get caught. That was just good. Good work there. All you got to do is for a split second. And good job getting off the ball, taking the defender out of the play. And as usual, Tone.
Yep.
Not losing a thing here.
Always nice to have a power runner who can really slam the door in the second half, and Tone seems to fit that bill.
Absolutely, Nick. And then you got a really solid, outside runner on the rollout with Ollie, and then you've got
the kick is good. Connor Bishop.
Bishop adds one more, 39-13 with 1:39 to play. So Trinity sending a message here. Remember, they were idle last week, had to reschedule their scheduled game against Merrimack Valley. So all in all, basically a week off for Trinity to rest up here. They show up fresh and really from the get-go, Steve, executed well in all 3 phases.
They really have. This team looks very, very well balanced. The thing that has impressed me today is the outstanding play of the defensive backfield, being the corners and safety core. Nothing. The linebacker core and defensive line has always been solid, but they really stood out today. At times they needed it the most. I thought to be honest with you, that Semprini threw some really nice balls today in the second quarter that could have changed the complexion of this game. That defense, DeRepo and his teammates there really stepped up big there. It's a very balanced football team.
Deep kick here. Sends the freshman Kupka back to the goal line, and he lost his balance.
I think
After crossing the 25, he's marked down at the 27.
I think next week that this game against Pelham is going to be huge.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a real high end, top level team, and they have a great history.
They've really been the standard in Division II
They
for
really
the last
have.
5 or 6 years. Remember, 4 straight championships.
Yeah.
Almost made it
Yeah.
5 in a row last
Yeah.
year, but fell to Sauhegan in the championship. And, of course, they're unbeaten so far in 2025 as well.
And a lot of people think that Trinity, Pelham, Sauhegan, and Plymouth is really what it's all about. I think there's some chances that some other teams could come in. A lot of it depends on injuries, how, the trajectory a team plays at as they come into the close of season.
Here's a stretch run for Kupka. He's tackled inbounds after a 4-yard gain.
But Trinity and St. Thomas was kind of a question mark, Nick, and that's why these games are, meant to be played.
And despite a setback last night, West is still 4-2 in that mix.
That was one of the teams I was going to bring up. You just don't know where these teams are going to, they elevate themselves to play at a higher level. Then all of a sudden the mojo gets going.
Right.
Don't count them out.
Who's healthy late in the season.
Correct.
Meanwhile, another left side run over the 30 up to the 32 is Kupka.
Carried to the 32.
Getting some experience here in real time. Freshman played well today,
Yes, he
especially
did.
on defense. 2-yard gain there sets up, it looks like 3rd and 3 here. We're heading towards 30 seconds.
Well, like you said, Nick, this is a young football team, and
they'll regroup. Again, they were moving the football,
Yeah.
but only 13 points to show, all coming after halftime. Not going to do it on the road. Kupka, right side, squirts through the hole, makes a man miss at the second level, and ends up over the 35 to the 36-yard line, and that may do it.
Carried to the 32.
Trinity jumped out to the quick start and never looked back. 18-0 at halftime, 39-13 is going to be the final score as the Pioneers improve to 4-1. St. Thomas slips to 4-2. Coming up, full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard as well. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Maybe it's leaning too close to your home. Maybe it's not healthy. Or maybe you just don't like it there. No matter what the reason is, if you need tree work or pruning, call Accurate Tree Service. They have the right equipment and expertise to properly diagnose, treat, or remove trees, no matter how difficult the terrain. Perhaps simple, careful pruning by our certified arborist is all you need to manage your trees and shrubs. When it comes to your tree care, contact the full-service tree care experts today, Accurate Tree Service, because you only get one chance to take a tree down right.
Are you a quarterback who is ready to take your game to the next level? Well, then it's time to join TKQB Academy. Founded by former UNH standout Trevor Knight, TKQB Academy has worked with student athletes from around New England, helping young quarterbacks to reach their full potential. TKQB Academy offers one-on-one and group sessions that will help you instantly improve your accuracy, timing, mechanics, and footwork. So be the best QB you can be at TKQB Academy. Call 603-732-7194 or reach out on Instagram at TKQBA. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, there's Coach Cathcart down on the field in the big cowboy hat, playing some big football today. His team 39-13 winners over St. Thomas. Trinity now 4-1 in the season. St. Thomas at 4-2. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Special teams, the name of the game, at least in the first quarter for Trinity. How about 2 punt return touchdowns from senior Davey DiReppo? The first from 65 yards out, the second from 59. Pioneers led 12-zip after the first quarter. Second quarter, they get the lineman involved. J.P. Farron, starting left guard, gets a carry and scores from 19 yards out to make it 18-0. That was our score at halftime. St. Thomas tailback Kenny Avery tried to keep them close. Had 22 carries in the first half for 104 yards. More on him in a moment. Third quarter, St. Thomas. Well, more bad news. Dominic Datone, a 5-yard touchdown run for Trinity, caps off a lengthy drive to begin the third quarter. Over 6 minutes taken off the clock. Datone ends up with 44 yards on the ground. First of 2 touchdowns coming early in that third quarter. St. Thomas finally breaks the ice. Sophomore Brandon Scarron, a 21-yard touchdown run to make it 25-6. Ollie Service, though, just 22 seconds later, hooks up with DiReppo from 82 yards out. Longest play from scrimmage either way. And, well, DiReppo's big day continues. 32-6 Trinity at that point. 32-6 our score through 3 quarters. Then Kenny Avery, all that hard work does pay off for the St. Thomas senior. He gets into the end zone for the Saints from 6 yards out midway through that fourth quarter. 32-13. And then Datone puts the cherry on the sundae. Final 2 minutes. Pounds it in from 4 yards out. 39-13 is our final score. Trinity again, Steve, looking impressive today. They kept the turnovers at a minimum. The penalty yards did not hurt them.
And the 2-week rest didn't hurt them either.
Not at all. And they played energetic football today and got the job done against a good St. Thomas team.
Yeah, St. Thomas is a good team. That just the reality is St. Thomas is missing about 3 or 4 players that Trinity has. And to take me, who I was very impressed with today. Got to have a little bit of work on the running through the hole. We talked about some of those things, but everything is right there for this young quarterback to turn into an upperclassman that's going to be a very solid quarterback for this team. But Ollie Service was just too much to handle at that position, too much of an advantage. There's kind of one of my unsung heroes in that game, Nick. Ollie just ran the ball at times they desperately needed to get those long runs there, and he converted a lot of first downs for him. His ability is outstanding. His ability to roll out, throw the ball on a dart, throw it with accuracy. Even had some drop passes today that could have boosted his numbers up even more. But he's very impressive, but mostly, Nick, it's the heady nature in which he plays the game on both sides of the football. But let's not kid ourselves. You know, Davey DiReppo was the big story today, Nick, right early when they really needed it. Got some great run backs. But the end of this game, just to kind of close it out here, they just had too many athletes at positions where they had advantage, and they were just deeper in the starting lineups for sure. Both offensive lines, I thought, played really well today. Opening up, let's be honest, Kenny Avery is an absolute animal.
Final numbers for
Avery. You'll talk about him, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just...
No, fire away.
Just real quick, 30 carries, 144 yards, and a touchdown.
You know, but you give his offensive line credit for that too, though. They opened holes up him. They didn't get him in the backfield. St. Thomas is going to be just fine. I only counted 7 seniors, Nick, on that small staff. That's all I counted. And that means there's a bunch of freshmen, sophomores, and juniors between their JV program and their varsity program going to come up. They're going to be solid. Coach Bray is going to have a lot of fun with these guys. This season's far over. They're going to be a playoff contender, no question. They'll be in the playoff thing, and to continue to get better, get some postseason experience. Nothing but shining hill country for them. But Trinity right now is in the major dance with the other three top teams, in my view, of Division II. And if they keep playing like today, as balanced as they do, and last point, Coach Cathcart is not just a running head coach, play caller, Nick. He can call the downfield passing and the whole passing tree game. And you saw today when they do it, he's got a quarterback that can get that done. So they're very, very solid. They're current. They're ready. They're not just a contender. They're running for a title here. Yeah, if they can come up with a big. But they have a big contest next week.
I'm about to say they host Pelham. They host Pelham in their final home game next weekend. And then 3 in a row to close out the schedule. St. Thomas, they're on the road as well.
Yeah.
At Melford. And then return home to battle Kingswood and then wrap it up at Plymouth in week number 9. Want to thank Mike Connell and his staff here at Trinity.
Just great.
Includes Mike Martinez, who fed us at halftime. We appreciate everybody here at Trinity. Very friendly. And want to thank the sponsors, of course, as well, keeping Friday Night Lights New Hampshire up and running. That's Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, TKQB Academy, Accurate Tree Service, and Jewett Construction. We appreciate the ongoing support. For our crew here at Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, another bang-up job. Matt Beals down on the sideline.
Terrific.
Kristen Beals in the pilot seat upstairs. And, of course, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For the big man in the big chair, Steve Beals.
It's been a
another
fun weekend,
bang-up weekend. Great job.
Great working with you last night.
As usual.
Watch that game on YouTube, folks. You'll get some popcorn and
enjoy it. And then get ready for Thursday. We're back with FNL Gridiron Thursday at 5:30. So for Steve Beals, I'm Nick Anastas, and I'm saying so long. Final score, final time. Trinity 39, St. Thomas 13. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.